Radical.
Quick news in the world of sports media. Essentially what's happening is there's a huge sports media trade that's going on between ESPN and Fox Sports. Now, y'all know Undisputed came to an abrupt end because Shannon Sharpe just didn't want to basically work with Skip Bayless anymore. Skip Bayless crossed over the line, and that set all these events in motion. Even though I think ESPN was going to shed a lot of their help anyways, what happened on Undisputed is a big factor in all that's going on right now. I don't have all the details, and maybe in the time that I upload this, new news might break. Essentially what's going on is there's a trade between what was Undisputed and First Take and who was on ESPN going to Undisputed. Shannon Sharpe is going to First Take, and he will be with Stephen A. Smith. Now, I'm reading only 2 days a week, but he's going to be there. I don't know in what capacity, but he's going to be there. So that is huge news. Huge news. Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A. Smith going to be debating sports on the same show at the same time. So, what happens with Undisputed? Undisputed comes back in a week. And you know how many people it took to replace Shannon Sharpe? About 3 or 4. They're going to have multiple contributors. Rachel Nichols. They're going to have Keyshawn Johnson. They're going to have guy from the Seahawks, Richard Sherman, and Michael Irvin. Now, that should be entertaining. I don't know if that's going to be as entertaining as just Skip and Shannon going back and forth. It's going to be a different format. I'm not sure if they're going to have them all at the same time or have them rotating. Maybe they'll sprinkle in some Lil Wayne there, even though he does the new theme. But, I mean, yeah, I don't really tune into sports shows to hear Lil Wayne. And if you're talking about rapping or something like that, okay. But talking about sports, I'm not saying Lil Wayne might not know about sports, but yeah, I'm not tuning in to Undisputed to see him sit down with Skip Bayless talk about sports. I mean, Keyshawn Johnson, he's good. Michael Irvin, he has his moments. Not big on Michael Irvin as a talker, sports talker, but I mean, he has his moments, right? It's all right, I guess. Now, Richard Sherman, that's going to be interesting. I think that more than any of the others, that's the person you slot in probably as the Shannon Sharpe replacement. That would make the most sense. That would make the most sense. Then you have Rachel Nichols, which it's good that she found a job because, I'm not going to go into it, but ESPN basically did her real dirty. They set her up, did her real dirty because they recorded her, and I'm not going to go into that and everything like that. But she's a great interviewer, but I don't know how her skill set works in that format. With Richard Sherman and Michael Irvin, okay, I could see that. But I just don't see the fit there with Rachel Nichols. I just don't understand it. I mean, maybe they can find some use for her there other than debating Skip, but I don't know. I guess the more the merrier. But yeah, Richard Sherman and Skip, that's going to be really interesting to see them debate back and forth because I've seen them before on video, and Richard Sherman basically had a dig at Skip saying, like, listen, well, I'm doing better in life than you are. I mean, I'm doing better in life than you are. Then Skip said, well, I mean, you're one of the best in your field, and I'm one of the best in my field. And then Richard Sherman was cold-blooded. He said, like, well, with you, that's debatable. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's not going to be the same chemistry with Shannon and Skip because they were together for 7 years and had lots of chemistry there. It's not going to be the same. I tell you, Skip's going to have some chemistry with Michael Irvin because fellow Cowboy fan. Well, I mean, not fellow Cowboy. Well, fellow ex-Cowboy player and big-time Cowboy fan. I mean, they might have to. They might have to get a room after the shows and everything like that. Probably giving each other a whole lot of man hugs, a lot of cowboy love between the both of them. But you know what? It would be interesting because between the both of them, like I really don't particularly care much about the Cowboys, but it would be interesting to hear them debate and discuss Cowboy stuff because that's definitely what we need. You know, we need more Lakers and more Cowboys on Undisputed because, of course, we didn't have enough of that before. I'm just saying in sports media, they just tend to always just talk about the Cowboys and the Lakers. I mean, come on. There are other teams out there. So one thing that they will need if they want to make Undisputed and Skip work, okay, the big thing missing here is you need someone to slot in there that's a big LeBron James boy toy fan. A big fan of LeBron. Not just a fan of LeBron. Oh, I know who. I mean, Nick Wright. It's the only person I could think of. Only bigger LeBron lover than Shannon Sharpe would be Nick Wright. I mean, that's the move right there. That's the move. At least when they're debating LeBron stuff, when the basketball season starts back up. I mean, for now, they're talking football. Makes sense right now. But in the future, they have to find someone else that is a Bron-sexual. I think that's the term. They got to find somebody else like that to debate Skip, who is in many ways a LeBron hater. It's a simple formula, right? Like a lot of these YouTube channels, they have a simple formula to success. Like, the anti-woke YouTube channels, just continue just talking about anti-woke stuff. All you talk about every day, 24/7, nothing else. Just talk about Disney, anti-woke. Just do that, and that's success. Well, I mean, it got played out, especially towards the end with the whole LeBron stuff, but you can't deny it was successful for Skip and Shannon debating LeBron James. All right? So we just got to find somebody for Skip that is a big fan of LeBron. It's not that difficult to make that work. Otherwise, I mean, he's going to be just sitting there. He's going to be wanting to talk about LeBron. And then like Keyshawn and Rachel Nichols and Richard Sherman, they're going to be like, we don't really, we could talk about LeBron, but it's really not our thing. So, yeah, that's all you got to find for Skip. Now, on the other side, Shannon and Stephen A., they got to find a third person when they're talking about the Cowboys, because it's basically going to be after a Cowboy loss, Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A. are going to be keying and ha, and like smoking cigars and high-fiving each other after the Cowboys have a loss. And they will have some losses this upcoming season, because I just personally feel like the Cowboys are not as good of a team this season coming up. So they got to sprinkle in somebody that is a big Cowboy lover now that they don't have Michael Irvin there.